All right, welcome to Between the Notes. Today we are diving deep into a track that's as complicated as it is controversial. House Money by the one and only Baby Keem.
And to get into it, we have to start with a mystery. A single line that had the entire internet scratching their heads, arguing over what they were actually hearing.
You know, a now famous Reddit thread really captured just how confused everyone was. So many listeners chimed in admitting they heard this really shocking, really explicit line.
But here's the wild part. The shocking, explicit lyric, that's the real one. Yeah, for a while, even the official lyric sites had it wrong. But it's not just in there for shock value, not at all. It's actually the key that unlocks the song's entire cynical heart.
So to really understand this song, first we've got to break down the title itself, because house money is the central metaphor for, well, everything Keem is talking about.
So yeah, this is a term straight out of a casino. It's that money you've already won from the house. You can keep gambling with it, and if you win, amazing. But if you lose, hey, it's not your own money you're losing. You're basically playing with zero personal risk.
And this is where it gets really interesting. Keem takes this idea from the gambling table and applies it to his heart. He's treating his relationships like he's playing with house money. He can engage, but he never actually invests his true self, so there's no way he can get hurt.
So you have to ask, right? Why would someone live their life with that kind of detached, risky strategy? Well, the answer is hiding in plain sight, in one single, absolutely devastating line about his childhood.
This line has been called the psychogeographic center of his whole origin story. I mean, it just lays it all bare. This deep, core wound of being abandoned by his own mother in a dangerous, unstable place.
So what you see here is that this trauma forced him to start operating on emotional house money. He's had to build his own emotional stash house that nobody can get into. He sees relationships as just transactions because, in his experience, betrayal is the default setting.
And this cynical mindset, this emotional armor, it doesn't just apply to romance. No, it extends to every single part of his life, especially now that he's in the spotlight.
He makes this painfully clear with lyrics like, "I found me a new carbon copy," and that ice-cold advice, "Do not give your heart to a bitch." This isn't just him being harsh, it's a survival strategy he learned the hard way.
Now this is where his cousin, the great Kendrick Lamar, comes into the picture, but maybe not in the way you'd expect. On other tracks, Kendrick is the wise mentor. But here, he's the muscle. Kendrick drops this menacing hook, and he's basically framing the whole music industry, the party, as this hostile territory where you need like sonic armor just to get by. He's not here to guide Keem, he's here to back him up. This line gets repeated by both of them, and it just drives home this feeling of constant suspicion, of paranoia. And when an icon like Kendrick Lamar co-signs that paranoia, it validates Keem's deep mistrust of pretty much everyone and everything around him.
Okay, so when you put all of these pieces together, what is house money really about? What's the final takeaway?
It's really so much more than a song. It's a mission statement. It's a declaration of a worldview that's been forged by trauma, a world where the only way to win is to never let anyone get close enough to hurt you.
You could even say this track is the cold, defensive heart of the entire album. It's the raw wound, put on full display, before any kind of healing can even start to happen.
And that's the ultimate paradox, isn't it? He's become jaded, almost complacent. Because even with all the winnings, the money, the fame, the control, the very same survival tactics that got him to the top have stripped away his ability to trust or to feel anything real.
And that's really the question that house money leaves hanging in the air. What's the real cost of playing a game where you can't ever afford to lose your heart?